All right, in this second double daily, I'm going to talk about Nofap and semen retention a bit more. Obviously, I've been still having struggles with either the tapering off of cold turkey. I think, well, I mean, tapering off was still doing pretty good. I'll get to that in a second. But, like, I, what happened was, this is currently my, I think I can check Manhood, and that Manhood app is pretty fantastic. So is the Nofap app. Both those apps are pretty good for tracking Nofap. If you didn't want to have to count the days, but you still have the counter for it, either way. If you're hopefully not having to count days, but the lifestyle thing, whatever they call that, make the days count. Which I certainly have made the days count. I actually have made the days count. Really have. Even if it's slow progress or even if it's not viable what I'm actually doing. But, I'm still probably confident in my own self. So, But, but currently I should be slightly over 2 to 3 days since the last streak ended. There were several taper off and cold turkey methods I took out where I lasted 7 to 10 days at a time and then binged on almost every single one. So at least one or two or more relapses at each one. But the taper off method has been doing pretty good in the last few weeks. I think even compared to cold turkey attempts, but like tapering off by slowly cutting out the number of times I would release a week, lowering that down, the PMO thing or whatever you call it. I know what it is. I'm not saying I don't, but just But it's yeah. I think this current streak I'm not. I kept making these kind of bluffs where I was like, okay, this is my quarter final reason for Nofap. This is my semi-final reason for Nofap, and this is my final reason for Nofap. And I didn't actually mean I would literally go closer on the final one, but just writing like no journaling stuff like that a little bit on Twitter and on my notepad stuff, like stuff like this, I guess you could say, these puppers. But yeah, 2.5 or more days of Nofap and semen retention. I've gotten more steadfast on the idea of retention and actually going full forward for an all-star mode, no hard mode stuff, because I think as much as I can convince myself that I already know now at this point that it has truly been so bad of addiction that I even make myself think I know what I'm doing with semen retention, and I would have to know, so I can be self-aware about that as well, and emotional intelligence, whatever you call that. But yeah, I just everyone knows that the abstinence from masturbation and pornography is already a given. It's not so much that it is a given. It is because even no porn is good in itself. That's already the hard part in itself. Is no porn would be a good idea by itself, but porn masturbation have already been good ways of banshee. That they don't have to be obviously banshee, but you could still consider them to be the things you could abstain from if anything. And then the orgasm part comes a little more peculiar. That's why I've been on the fence about semen retention the entire time. And even in recent months and weeks, I've been like more acquainted with the idea that I would commit to semen retention. But either way, it would at least be semen retention for 270 plus days, because the fourth quarter year mark of 1 year Nofap would be when I would try to figure out what benefits you can get, even if only spiritual at that point. What benefits you would get most of the way through a single year. Whereas most people come for like the traditional 90-day reboot, and then 180 days for spite, or 150 days for spite, or not even bad spite, but like 150, 180 days to see if there are other benefits that came along with that weren't attributed from 30 days of Nofap or even just 90 days for a full reboot, traditional average. But personally, I find that the last times I've actually made it to a month of Nofap, I didn't have to lie about what the benefits were. I knew what they were. If they were going to only be plateauing from 30 days already, then I would know for sure that what the benefits would have already been. And those would have already been worth it, because I remember at 35 and 30 day, 7-day marks, they were really good. And even earlier than that before, like the 17 days marks I had before. But it's just, I should at least add what I think about NoFap at this point, but my brain fog from the current PMO session stuff, as you could say. But I guess I can't really say right off the bat right now what I'm thinking about. But just know that I'm okay. This is my second double daily. I accept you, Tony. Remember that there's nothing more beautiful than desperation, and there's nothing more devastating than pretending not to care. Stay safe in the pandemic, everyone. And I'll upload both these clips for the double dailies playlist, and then maybe even update from there what I'm doing with the rest of the videos. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do what I said in the first double daily tonight, which is I'm not going to focus as much on thumbnails, quality over quantity. I'm not going to focus on niching down even closer than what I have done lately with the philosophy and vlogging, claymation stuff, etc. Soft skills and storyline telling or storytelling, or life story stuff. That was all that was about. But yeah, I would talk longer. I really would talk longer, but I really would, believe me. But I just need to get this out here for now. So yeah, bye guys.